everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I didn't post on Friday and it's because I'm kind of, going through the emotions with what's going on in our world today. And so I guess, I just haven't felt like doing a lot of things. And how are you? How are you doing? This is going to be a different video a little bit from what I've normally posted. I didn't post on Friday because, well, I didn't know what to post. Normally I'm full of ideas, but I think with what's going on in our world right now, I'm lost with ideas, and it's really hard for me to focus on a lot of things. So, I just kind of this last week decided to take a step back, and I decided to do something different. And I've been trying to focus on a new book. I'm writing Winter's Fury, so book 4 is complete. But I'm also going in and rewriting and adding depth. So that's kind of where I am with that right now. And, through the years, I've added a little bit here and a little bit there, but I've been so focused on my Storm Bloodline saga, and I wanted to get that out, and I didn't want my readers to wait. So I, tried very hard to keep going on that. And I am still working on that. I am on book 4, and that particular book is... the book is done pretty much. I've already written everything out, but I'm going over the edits, and when you go over the edits and you go over rewrites, that's kind of when I consider the magic happens, and that's when my imagination starts to really explore ideas and depth into the story. And so that's kind of where I am right now with book 4. And I also started writing a book called The Fairy Mermaid and the Crystal Key. It is on Wattpad, so if you're not familiar with Wattpad, it is a great place to find free stories for aspiring writers that want to write stories, and there are published authors on there as well. And I decided to step out and put The Fairy Mermaid and the Crystal Key on Wattpad for everybody to read. So it is a rough draft. It's only the first draft, so it's not like it's, going to be perfect, and it's not perfectly edited because I'm self-editing in it, so it hasn't gone through an editor or anything like that. So if you do read it, just keep in mind that eventually, before it's published, it will be edited by an editor. But I just thought it would be kind of fun to write a story while I'm going through the process. So I'm starting with the story, and I'm making it flow. So as I'm discovering the story, so are you. I thought that would be kind of cool. So that's kind of where I am with the Fairy Mermaid and the Crystal Key on Wattpad. And I decided that also maybe I could share the first chapter with you today, so you can hear about kind of what I am writing. With this today, what's going on with the virus and all of that, that's kind of where I've put the setting of this particular book. And so the children are Taylor and Kyle, and Taylor is 12 and Kyle is 8, and I have a 12-year-old and an 8-year-old, and so I thought that would be perfect age, because then I can, kind of relate to where they're hearing and what they're doing. And so I've kind of put myself into their position and while I'm writing the story. And their parents are in the hospital with a virus, so they're shipped off to their grandmother that they've never met. And that's kind of where the story evolves. And they go into this magical world of fairies. And my daughter's the one that thought of the story. She had wanted me to write this book 3 years ago, and she thought of a story that she wanted me to write for her, and that is she wanted me to write about fairies, and she wanted me to write about mermaids. And so what happened is, we thought a great idea would be, how about a fairy mermaid? And because I was so focused on Winter Storm and the Storm Bloodline saga, that I haven't had the time to really write her story. And so I thought, well, now's the time. There's just so much turmoil and depression and people hurting that I thought that this book might bring somebody some hope. I know that me writing it's bringing me hope, and I'm enjoying writing the book. It is giving me a sense of giving me my center back. Um, so I, I'm, it's helping me deal with what's going on out there in the world today. So I thought that I would share it with you. So back to the Fairy Mermaid. So I thought in between the times of me writing book 4, Winter's Fury, I thought, well, why don't I also work on the Fairy Mermaid and the Crystal Key? And I started last Sunday, and I have got 7 chapters in so far. I'm going to probably post another one today. Hopefully I can get it edited up a little bit and posted for readers. So I'm going to start reading chapter 1. So here we go. The Fairy Mermaid and the Crystal Key. I wanted to mention too that this is a rated G book. It is, you know, it's designed for my 8-year-old daughter, whereas, you know, maybe she may understand it more as she gets older. It is geared towards the ages of maybe 8 through 16. So it's not going to be, I mean, it is young adult, but it is geared towards children of a younger age. So it'll be a chapter book when I get finished with it. But here's chapter 1. My world has turned upside down. I hear the news today that both my parents will not be released from the hospital anytime soon. It has me worried. You must stay strong for your little brother, my dear, I hear my mother say over the phone. When are you coming home, Mom? I ask. My heart is aching. Tears well in my eyes. Mrs. Bradley, our neighbor, stands in the hallway, watching me, while I talk to my mother. My brother watches television in the other room, oblivious to what's going on. I don't know, darling. Your father's much worse off than we first thought. I hear her cough as she speaks through the phone. I'll be all right. I've made arrangements with your grandmother. She has agreed to take you for a few weeks. Mom, we don't even know her. I look up at my friend's mom, and she looks sad. I want to stay with Mrs. Bradley. I know, sweetheart, but this is for the best right now. You will love being with your grandmother at her estate. It will be all right, trust me. She coughs again, and it appears she's having a hard time catching her breath. Another voice comes on the phone. I'm sorry, Taylor, but we must help your mom right now. We'll keep you in touch, and I'll let you know how they're doing. Who is this? The nurse taking care of your parents. My name is Julie. Here's my personal cell, and you can contact me anytime you need. I jot her number down. Thanks, I say, and hang up. I look at Mrs. Bradley, and she walks to the refrigerator and pours a glass of milk. It'll be all right. Here, take this. She hands me the cup, saying, your mother has made arrangements for a car to come pick you up in the morning. In the meantime, let's go to your house and gather some things for you and your brother. She puts her arm around me, and we walk together to the living room, where I see my friend Elise play video games with my little brother Kyle. But we want to stay with you, I argue. I know, but it's for the best right now. Besides, you will still be able to call us anytime. She grabs my coat and hands it to me. I give a sad smile. Come on, Kyle. Let's gather some of our things. Can we do it later? I'm winning! He's deep into his game, and I see his tongue stick out on the side, indicating he's trying hard to concentrate. We'll be back. It won't take long, I press. Mrs. Bradley intervenes. Don't worry, Kyle. We'll save your spot on the game. Go with your sister for now. He reluctantly gets up, letting out a huff of frustration. As we walk to the house next door, Kyle bursts in disappointment. Why can't we just stay with Mrs. Bradley? We don't even know her. I watch Kyle kick a rock into the street. I know. We've never met our grandmother before. The only thing Mom ever said about her was that she lived far away on some estate. I don't know why they don't talk to each other. And now we're supposed to go live with her? I spend a few minutes in my room as I gather my belongings. I told Kyle to grab his favorite things too. Why do we have to go? I hear Kyle ask again, calling me from the other room. I like it at Mrs. Bradley. I can hear him playing with his cars instead of packing. I know, I murmur, just loud enough for my brother to hear. Stop playing and pack up some of your toys. It'll be okay. Besides, Mom said that our grandmother has a huge farm filled with animals. Don't you want to meet them? I guess so, Kyle said, sulking. Dark clouds began to form outside, and I could hear the wind howl. We better hurry. It sounds like it's going to rain here soon. So, that's chapter 1. Anyway, I would love to hear what you think about the book, or the chapter. It is available on Wattpad right now, free. So if you sign up on Wattpad, you'll be able to read all the way up to chapter 7, and I'm going to try and post chapter 8 today. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope that you have a great week. And if you have anything that you would like to share or voice, or your experiences of what's going through or how you feel it's going through on with the world today, leave a comment below. I would love to hear what you have to say. And later on this week, I think what I'm going to do is maybe read chapter 2. If you like me reading chapter 1, I'll read chapter 2 coming later on this week. I was also planning on doing my desktop here. I bought some Mod Podge, but it hasn't been warm enough, and I really don't want to surface this without it being warm, because I know that I'll be without my desk for a while. So there is that. And yeah, anyway, let me think. I can't think of anything else that right up off the head. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe to the channel to get more videos, I usually post every Friday, except for last week. I hope to see you in my next video. Until then, bye for now. Bye.